Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money channel. Off to a pretty good start today, guys. This is the Bitcoin chart on the hourly, and we just made a new all-time high for Bitcoin, or rather, we made it yesterday. Bitcoin did hit about 68,400 per coin yesterday afternoon at around 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Wednesday, November the 6th. If you guys are watching this video on the day that I'm releasing it, today is Thursday, November the 7th. So we've seen nothing but bullish activity since the results of the election. And this is, well, par for the course. Guys, we're getting up higher, making new highs for Bitcoin, but we really aren't surging quite yet. Yeah, I know this feels good already. But guys, this is going to just keep going, and it's going to move even faster and harder in the coming months. What we do know, what we can glean from this situation so far, so Bitcoin above all-time high. It finally did break up above that with conviction. But guys, what I'm noticing here is coming up, forming what is looking like a head and shoulders inverted pattern. I wouldn't be surprised if it did come back down and started forming support back down and around here, around 73,700 before making its way up yet again. So we still have some time, of course. Check out all this bullish volume in and around here. Very, very bullish for the King Crypto. And you guys can see now we're starting to rock and roll. 70. We have moved from 63 to 70, and I think it was even in the 50s only a few days ago. 58.85% for Bitcoin dominance. So altcoins right now are taking up a bigger part of the market. The volume is down right now about 21.8%, but guys, market cap up to 2.52 trillion. That's up 1.69%. Money is being introduced into the crypto space, new money, and eventually we will see that FOMO money, that crazy money that that gets everybody excited, that gets all these random altcoins pumping. There is still some time before we start to see that. So Bitcoin up in the last 24 hours only about 0.6%. Ethereum is up though by 6.34. We've got some other altcoins doing fairly well. XRP is actually up by 2.32%. Doge is taking a bit of a breather, retracing a bit. Doge was a significant mover over the last few days because of, the Trump win and, of course, the Elon Musk connection. It was up 11.6% in the last 7 days, but taking a bit of a breather. And, guys, we're going to see this more and more. If you're not familiar with how the cryptocurrency market works, if you've never been through a full cycle, or even if you have been through a full cycle, but maybe not entirely a full cycle, maybe like 3/4 of a cycle, or maybe you just forgot, it's important to remember that, not all these altcoins will be pumping at the same time throughout every single day of this cycle. We will know when the euphoria has kicked in, and we will know when altcoins have finally taken off. So what else do we know? What else can we see on the charts? XRP also forming what is looking like that head and shoulders pattern here. Wow, look at XRP. It did actually reach 57, almost 58 cents per coin just yesterday when Bitcoin was seeing that high. So we're going to see, similar things like this. XRP making the same kind of moves as Bitcoin, and a lot of these cryptocurrencies are going to be doing the same. So see that head and shoulders pattern? XRP, same kind of head and shoulders pattern. Even if I bring up, ADA, same kind of head and shoulders pattern, right? Boom. Boom. And what we are probably going to see is something like that. However, it is still too early to tell. Emily here posting this. Billionaire Mike Novogratz said he sees a significant shift in energy. Since the election, we have seen, I think, a renewed interest, some renewed happiness, I think we could maybe even say, when it comes to the crypto industry. Novogratz was interviewed on CNBC the other day. Listen to this.
We should also mention that crypto prices, they are surging right now. This after Donald Trump's electoral victory. You're looking at Bitcoin at $73,000, almost $74,000 this morning. At one point, it was, I think, even marginally higher. Want to bring in Galaxy founder and CEO Mike Novogratz. Mike, I believe that you were supporting the other candidate, but I'm curious, as you see these markets moving the way they are, what your reaction is.
Listen, it was a great night for the crypto industry, right? And if you listen to your last guest, Donald Trump, that keeps his promises. If you go back to the speech he made at Nashville to the crypto community, his agenda is very pro-crypto. J.D. Vance is pro-crypto, Peter Thiel, Howard Lutnick, Kennedy. He surrounded himself by people that believe in the industry, care about the industry. I mean, the crypto community showed up, right? There are now over 240 congressmen who, the crypto pack thought were pro-crypto. And so we've got a Congress that is moving our way. We've got a president that's moving our way. And so for Galaxy, for the crypto industry, I couldn't be more optimistic.
And in terms of your optimism, it relates to the way this is going to be regulated, because now you have a bet going that there will be a Bitcoin reserve for the country. I mean, sort of
listen, I'm not sure
play,
we end up
play
getting
out the permutations here.
I think the biggest thing is the OCC, the FDIC, the SEC, the regulatory chairs getting direction from a president and a secretary of treasury that says, hey, we want to lead in this industry. Those three positions with someone who's open-minded to crypto and who's pro-crypto changes everything. Allowing State Street and Bank of New York to custody crypto, allowing the banks to hold it on their balance sheet will bring in billions, hundreds of billions of participants into our ecosystem. And all of a sudden, we'll start seeing decentralized systems launched and work. And so this is really a step change shift. Now, it's not going to happen overnight, right? You don't get a new SEC chair in a week. But over the next 1, 2, 3, 6 months, as these new people are put in these positions, I think you're going to see a substantial shift in the energy of this industry.
So Novogratz essentially saying that the industry is going to change, and we're going to start to see it slowly. Eventually, we will see. Hopefully some new pro-crypto people put into high positions of power. Guys, Rec Capital posting this, Bitcoin tends to break to new all-time highs about 214 days after the halving. So when we take a look at the traditional, 4-year cycle, Bitcoin's trajectory and the halving, here, let me throw it back on the daily. You can probably see here, okay, so the halving was on, when was it, April the 20th? So it was in and around here. And how many days out are we from that? We are about 201 days. So as he says here, it is now 201 days after the halving, and Bitcoin has just broken to new all-time highs. Technically, this means that Bitcoin is still in an accelerated cycle, but only by some 2 weeks or so. So remember how long we were waiting? Because Bitcoin did kind of front run itself. It did get to an all-time high before it usually does. And so it took a while. It took like 6 months, for Bitcoin to kind of settle down for this euphoria phase to continue. But guys, even if we take a look at the broader trend, he says here it usually takes about 214 days after the halving for Bitcoin to break out. Guys, we are still above that. So Bitcoin did break out, finally past all-time high, and we're still only 201 days in. So it's looking like we are right on track. I just thought I'd bring that to your attention. Along with this, I happen to see this from Uphold following a recent review in keeping with our commitment to maintain a regulated, compliant presence in Canada. So this has to do with Canadian traders. If you guys are a Canadian crypto trader and you're signed up for Uphold, please be mindful. As part of their process, they're delisting VeChain, Beam, XDC, Doge, USD88, and USDT. So again, moving towards crypto compliance. And this is always going to be a moving target. And whether you live in Canada or the United States, these jurisdictions, while many countries around the world are regulating crypto, some coins are going to be regulatory compliant, other coins are not. And so you should always have a plan. Again, make sure you have a plan. Make sure you have multiple options available to you to trade your altcoins, because a lot of these are going to be these, random obscure altcoins that get delisted. And for more information on how I'm preserving my altcoin portfolio, you can follow me at patreon.com/workingmoneychannel. I have a plan. I've already been pointing some of my Patreon subscribers to how I am managing my altcoin portfolio in these types of cases, right? If you happen to see like, wait a minute, the exchange I'm using is going to delist my coin. What do I do? Well, for only $5 a month, you can follow me and see what I'm doing over there at patreon.com/workingmoneychannel. Guys, I will be raising that monthly subscription price in the future. But for those of you guys who are subscribed at the $5 price, you will be grandfathered in. I will not change the price on you. So patreon.com/workingmoneychannel, if that's something you're interested in. Be mindful, guys, have a plan always, because now it's getting exciting. The election results show that 247 supporters of crypto won House seats compared to 113 opponents at press time. So these numbers have been updated courtesy of Jack the Rippler here. 258 pro-crypto candidates elected compared to 116 anti-crypto candidates. Guys, it's looking very, very promising for the crypto industry. Even Eleanor Turret giving us some more insight on what's going to happen with Gary Gensler come January. I reached out to the SEC to ask whether Gary Gensler plans to finish out the year as head of the agency or step down ahead of Donald Trump's inauguration in January. But the spokesperson declined to comment. Jeremy Ogan saying, LOL, Eleanor, you are vicious and awesome. The coin here saying Gensler is likely to resign when Trump takes office. 10X Research did say that. A lot of people here chiming in, like Tony Edward from the Thinking Crypto podcast. Megan, of course they won't tell us anything yet. And Green Eggs and Sam saying beautiful. It is beautiful. We've had enough of this loser. We really want somebody new in there, and it's looking like, guys, it's shaping up to happen that way. Hopefully, a positive thing for the crypto community, for XRP holders, especially. Brad Garlinghouse even chiming in, giving his 2 cents. The real Donald Trump, congratulations, some fodder for your first 100-day checklist to get things moving. He says, number 1, fire Gary Gensler, day 1, no delays. That is what Brad Garlinghouse is actively tweeting here on Twitter. In his place, appoint Giancarlo, Brooks, or Gallagher. They'd be massive upgrades in rebuilding the rule of law and reputation at the SEC. He says, host a family dinner and get the Republicans and Democrats moving the digital asset market structure bill forward in the Senate. And last but not least, can we get some clarity, similar to XRP and BTC, that ETH is not a security, right? Moon Lambo here chiming in saying, Brad, I totally agree. That last part about ETH legal status couldn't be because RLUSD is on Ethereum, right? I only tease, of course, the clarity is necessary. So many cryptocurrencies that exist are, like I say, some are going to be delisted. And as we move into a regulatory landscape, even more altcoins are going to be delisted. So, unless if you hold the top 10, those are probably in the sights of the SEC. Those are going to be the ones that are likely, and I mean they'll veer here and there, but those are the ones that are probably in the sights of the SEC first. But if you own anything below this, right, this and down, you might want to be careful. You might want to double check, triple check with the exchange you're using that cryptocurrency is going to continue to be listed over the next 12 months. And again, for more information on what I have decided to do to safeguard myself, patreon.com/workingmoneychannel. We don't want to mess this up, right? Fred Krueger here pointing this out. Okay, what does all this mean for Bitcoin? For the first time ever, the government will not be openly hostile to digital assets. It's likely that banks will soon be able to custody Bitcoin. Remember Biden's veto, SAB 121. Gary Gensler is gone. DeFi and crypto projects of all stripes are in. Innovation is in. Bitcoin can take center stage in this new digital asset world. Number 4, the unrealized gains tax is dead for at least the next 4 years. Tax rates are going to be lower, not higher. This is great for Bitcoiners. We'll probably see in-kind ETFs fairly soon. You will be able to swap your hard Bitcoin for an ETF without tax consequences in the near future. The U.S. will implement a Bitcoin strategic reserve. There will be modest contributions to it. Other nations will follow suit. Individual states will start their own Bitcoin reserves. Pension funds and other institutions will quickly get on board. TradFi will view as coast clear for advisor allocation. The average HNW account will be managed into 3 to 5% Bitcoin. Interest rates worldwide will go down on the short end. If Powell doesn't comply, he will be bullied out. The general soft economy and Doge cuts will keep inflation in check, providing a cover for massive transformation. So all things looking very positive for the United States moving forward, at least for the next 4 years. And Bitcoiners, everybody's really getting excited. They're even saying that Bitcoin could go to 100,000 by Trump's inauguration day, which is mid to late January.
Show to get to every asset class that is rallying hard today. Bitcoin certainly among them. Take a look, almost 75,000. As investors are betting on a friendlier environment for that industry under a second Trump administration. Mackenzie Sigalos is following that story for us. Mackenzie.
Hey, Scott. Bitcoin briefly surging to a new record high as investors bet that Donald Trump will deliver on his pro-crypto promises, especially with a Republican-controlled Senate behind him and after getting more than $25 million from crypto donors. Now, Trump's main pledge is to fire SEC Chair Gary Gensler, who's brought more than 100 enforcement actions against industry leaders like Coinbase and Robinhood. Those stocks are pumping 25% and 17% respectively today, with Robinhood on pace for its best day in over 2 years. Bitcoin miners are also getting a boost this morning, with Trump having promised on the campaign trail that all future Bitcoin will be mined in the U.S. Marathon, Riot, and Bit Digital are all trading up more than 14% and driving small caps higher as well. Now, in terms of the market outlook, multiple analysts are expecting Bitcoin will hit $100,000 before Trump's inauguration, especially if he delivers on promises like launching a strategic national crypto stockpile with the $15 billion worth of Bitcoin that it already has on its books from asset seizures. And Scott, Bitcoin now up 68% year to date after briefly hitting that new all-time high overnight.
All right. Good look at that for us. Mackenzie, thank you.
So yeah, everything looking very promising. This one courtesy of Watch Your Guru. Wanted to thank him for posting that. And as they were saying, Trump, very bullish. He even said this at the Economic Club of New York. Listen to this.
To do that quite easily, actually. And instead of attacking industries of the future, we will embrace them, including making America the world capital for crypto and Bitcoin.
I think the crowd was a little reluctant to clap there, but they did. BlackRock's Bitcoin ETF is also seeing crazy trading volume. So, guys, this is all part of the the entire story that we are seeing today. So, from you today, according to Eric Balchunas, a prominent ETF analyst, BlackRock's iShares Bitcoin Trust ETF, or IBIT, managed a record of $1 billion worth of trading volume in just 20 minutes of trading. So, guys, we're seeing these ETF inflows surge. We were talking about, it was 100,000 here, 500,000 here, 800,000 there. But, guys, now they are really going to surge. The high-flying ETF product is on track to set a new volume record this Wednesday, according to Balchunas. Typically, ETFs tend to experience strong trading volume, dusting major sell-offs. However, this doesn't seem to be the case this time around. Let's just go down here. As Balchunas notes, this is likely just a feeding frenzy volume since Bitcoin prices surged sharply higher. On October the 29th, IBIT was trading about $3.3 billion worth of Bitcoin. This was the precursor to major inflows. Over the next few days, though, IBIT alone managed to attract $1.8 billion worth of inflows in a relatively short time span. So, guys, these are all signs. Again, I bring all this stuff up because these are all signs to where crypto is going in the near future. The all-time high has been broken. We have seen that with conviction. We are likely going to retrace, as I was mentioning at the top of this video. But this is it, guys. This is the beginning of the euphoria phase, and we have to look towards these clues to get a sense of what our next move should be. Well, guys, I also happen to see this, and I thought that this sounded very promising as well. Apparently, Stuart Alderati did tweet this out just the other day as he was congratulating the brand new president-elect, Donald Trump. Ripple lawyer Stuart Alderati says that Trump took the time to listen to Ripple's story when they met in San Francisco this summer. So kind of piggybacking on the video I did yesterday, I don't know if you guys caught that one. I will link it up here in the top right-hand corner if you guys didn't catch it. Trump knows very well about XRP and will make America the crypto capital of the world. So guys, this is what Stuart Alderati said yesterday, November the 6th. Thank you to both campaigns for a hard-fought race and for invigorating the democratic process. Congratulations to Donald Trump. You took the time to listen to Ripple's story when we met in San Francisco this summer. Things that make you go, So Donald Trump did meet with Ripple in San Francisco over the summer of 2024. And now you prioritize crypto as a key policy issue. Now let's move swiftly to end the regulation by enforcement approach as we've endured in recent years and position the U.S. as the crypto capital of the world. So, in yesterday's video, if you guys didn't catch it, I want to reiterate, in October of 2018, the Ripple team did make it to the White House and talk to Trump's first administration when he was president the first time about crypto policy, and Trump seemed very receptive. I urge you guys to watch that video if you haven't seen it yet. So now we can glean some more things from this. We know that Trump met with Ripple this past summer, and guys, it doesn't end there. Remember a former Ripple board member, Ken Kurson, who was pardoned by Trump? Do you guys remember that? Well, the connections run deeper, and I remember reporting on this when it came out. He's friends with Jared Kushner, who is pro-crypto, and Trump's son-in-law, married to Trump's eldest daughter. Now there's confirmation that Trump met with Ripple this summer in San Francisco. It makes sense if Trump would want to support crypto companies that are headquartered in the United States. So let's go back to 2020 when Ken Kurson, Trump family friend and Ripple board member, was arrested. Trump did pardon him. February 2022, Trump family friend Ken Kurson pardoned by Trump and pleads guilty to, it doesn't matter really. I mean, you can take a look at these headlines, but ultimately the connection is what I find interesting. This guy was on Ripple's board. This is Trump's son-in-law. Okay, let's take a look over here. Oh yeah, and then we got the Stuart Alderati tweet. So things that make you go, Ken's timing for joining the board was always interesting to me as well. So the Trump administration considers an old friend, Ken Kurson, and Donald Trump's inauguration in 2017 happened on January 20th, 2017, the 45th president of the United States. Ken Kurson joined the board of directors back in February of 2017, so only a month after Trump's inauguration. Ken Kurson is editor-in-chief at Observer Media. He wrote Esquire's Green column for 17 years. And guys, at this point, he was on the board of directors at Ripple. So interesting to say the least. I think this could be telling. I think we know where the crypto industry is going to go now that Donald Trump is confirmed to be the 47th president of the United States of America. He did meet with Ripple in San Francisco this summer. I think they knew the writing was on the wall, and I think we are witnessing something spectacular, something that is really going to accelerate into 2025. But that's just my opinion. I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.